Hey guys, Kiwi here. In this video, I'll be breaking down and analyzing the character Morgan from The Walking Dead as we discuss his confirmed crossover with Fear the Walking Dead. Now, Entertainment Weekly has released quite a few promo images recently for both Walking Dead shows, including 2 images of Morgan. With that being said, warning of spoilers for everything in The Walking Dead up to the Season 8 mid-season finale, along with everything in Fear the Walking Dead up to the Season 3 finale, and let's jump right into this. So, it's become a huge debate as to how Morgan will cross over and how it'll work in the timeline, considering that the original show is 2 years ahead of the spin-off. So how will Morgan translate from one show to the other? I originally thought that they would line up Fear the Walking Dead's timeline with Morgan during the time that, let's say, Rick and his family were at Herschel's farm, so whatever Morgan was doing during Season 2 of the original show, and I've discussed this in previous videos, and I'll get into a few other possibilities later in the video, but the new promo images suggest that the Morgan crossover doesn't happen until after he's run into Eastman, or possibly even not until after Season 8. In the first new promo image of Morgan, we can see him with his jacket on from his return right before Alexandria, which was after Eastman had rehabilitated him. Now, Morgan arrived at Alexandria with that jacket, and we've seen it since, but I've seen some fans point out that since there's a rip on his arm, that implies that it is indeed in the future after The Walking Dead Season 8. Now, if there is a time skip in Fear the Walking Dead in order to incorporate Morgan's crossover, the show will have to jump 2 years in the future come the beginning of Season 4. Now, this idea just seems completely ridiculous to me. Before these promo images came out, I feel like the only people who seriously suggested the time skip idea were people who either haven't seen Fear the Walking Dead up to the Season 3 finale, or just people who don't care about Fear the Walking Dead. The main reason why people seem to suggest that Morgan will cross over after Season 8 concludes is because they keep thinking of crazy fan theories, one reason or another, that would only make sense if Morgan were to leave Alexandria post All-Out War and go into Fear the Walking Dead afterwards. Now, that's fine if you like creating theories or speculating on all the different possibilities. Hell, that's what I like doing as well. But don't you understand the ramifications of a random 2-year time skip and what it would do to Fear? If they gave us that 2-year time skip in the beginning of Season 4, in the Season 4 premiere even, everything that's happened in Fear the Walking Dead will kind of feel pointless, and I'll feel completely robbed from 2 years worth of story. The point is to have a prequel series that happens during the first year of the outbreak, but randomly having a 2-year time skip thrown at us would just feel so abrupt, awkward, and out of place it's not even funny. Season 3 of Fear the Walking Dead honestly turned the show around, but having a time skip seriously threatens the entire point of it in my opinion. We're at a pivotal moment in Fear the Walking Dead as of the end of Season 3, and if you've seen the finale, you know what I'm talking about. They should continue right where Season 3 left off, and then take it wherever they want afterwards. We have so many questions to answer, and I'll be a little bit butthurt if they just gloss over it all and try to throw yet another completely new story at us. What's the point of creating a prequel series that is supposed to take place during the beginning of the zombie apocalypse when you're just going to continuously do time skips and catch up to the original show? I understand that they're constantly switching things up in order to try and increase the ratings and attract more views, and the Morgan crossover is a great example of this, but they shouldn't have to sacrifice the entire story built up from Season 3 in order to abruptly throw a time skip in our faces just so the Morgan crossover makes sense according to the timeline. As a pretty big fan of Fear the Walking Dead, if they do time skip, the show is honestly just kind of ruined for me. I'm not gonna say that it can't be redeemed or that they can't twist it in an interesting direction, but still, what's the point of creating all of these character dynamics in the show just to randomly jump years into the future, all for Morgan's crossover to make sense? In the past, I've backed up Fear the Walking Dead as I've tried promoting it and convincing people to watch it and give it a chance, but the show just isn't at the proper time to do a time skip. Bottom line, I didn't want this video to turn into a rant, and I've been trying to think of any positive outcome of this, but I'm honestly drawing a blank. I want Fear the Walking Dead to do good, I want this crossover to be successful, but I also want Season 4 of Fear the Walking Dead to continue where Season 3 left off, and actually give somewhat of a satisfying continuation, even though there are new showrunners and executive producers. I guess I'm just saying that I don't want them to gloss over the current Fear the Walking Dead situation in the story, all because they're just kind of promoting the hell out of this Morgan crossover. It's honestly worrying me, and let me know of your opinions, because this next part part of the video we'll be discussing the semi-cliffhanger that Season 3 of Fear the Walking Dead left off at, so spoiler warning, although it was left as a very vague ending to the season as we are literally unaware if any of the main characters survived the situation, well, except for one. So, to clarify, because of one reason or another, all of the main characters, along with the main antagonist of the Season 3 finale, Proctor John, were all standing on top of the dam having a big dramatic standoff with a bunch of dynamite rigged up inside of it. A few main characters attempt to escape in a small boat, while the rest are left on top of the dam. The dynamite is detonated, causing the dam to explode, and that is literally how they end off the season. There's one guy named Daniel who was shot through the cheek, and now we have a promo image of him saying "who will rise" or something, and he looks completely fine. So does this confirm that there's a 2-year time skip implying that his cheek is going to be suddenly healed now? But anyways, that Daniel guy was last seen with Nick on top of the dam when it exploded, along with Proctor John and his henchmen. Then the 3 main characters trying to escape in the boat get sucked into the hole of the dam, forcing them into the water. The episode ends with one of the 3 characters from the boat washed ashore as some random survivors greet her, and then the camera just sort of pans up and fades out, and we're left wondering what the hell happened to all the other characters. Did they die, or are they all okay? It's safe to say that if they didn't show the character dying on screen that they aren't dead, but we could easily cut to some of them being heavily injured in the beginning of Season 4. That being said, showrunner Dave Erickson left this ending very open on purpose because he's actually left the show now as of the end of Season 3. In one of Entertainment Weekly's articles that I'll have linked in the description, they discuss the 2 new showrunners along with Scott Gimple, who is overseeing Season 4 now as well, probably because of the Morgan crossover. Dave Erickson wanted to leave the doors wide open for the new showrunners, but I still expected some sort of conclusion and catch up with the characters as they recover from that dam exploding from underneath them. Now, if they were to give us a few episodes at the beginning of Season 4 to recover from the Season 3 finale, along with the catch up of the characters and set them up for whatever future they have in store for them, and then time skip, I'd be completely okay with that. Actually, what would make me extremely happy would be if we could get just the first half of Season 4 to happen right after the ending of Season 3, but then have this time skip happen during the mid-season break of Season 4, and have the second half of Season 4 involve Morgan's introduction and the whole crossover. Now, considering that Lenny James was on set during the first day of shooting for Season 4, that implies that he'll probably be in the first few episodes, if not the premiere, so I don't think that what I just suggested will actually happen. Although a man can dream, can't he? So I guess if you've seen up to the Season 3 finale of Fear the Walking Dead, and you support the 2-year time skip idea, please tell me how the heck you think this will positively impact the story from where they left off at, because I would just love an explanation as to how the random time skip could help the current story of Fear the Walking Dead from where they left off at with the Season 3 finale. I'm just at a loss, and I feel like everyone is overlooking this fact. So again, please let me know of your opinions, as I'm definitely open to other perspectives, but for right now I'm just going to sit back and wait until they release more promos or just more info, and hopefully we get a straight answer. They're obviously keeping the timeline situation vague right now to create hype and speculation, so we'll just have to wait and see what they decided, I suppose. Finally, I just wanted to quickly quote a comment I saw on the Fear the Walking Dead subreddit, link in the description. The user states, "I personally find the way that they're marketing Fear Season 4 really insulting to the cast and crew who have been around for 3 seasons and have worked on the show so far. It's like a huge middle finger to all of their work. It was their show, but all AMC is doing is pouring more Morgan down our throats." And I'd have to agree more or less. The Clark family was really shaping up for some interesting family dynamic after the crazy twists and turns they went through in Season 3, but now all that will probably be brushed aside and put in the past if they have to jump into the future and focus on Morgan and this new community in the stadium. We do finally have more images focusing on other characters, both new and old, so I will create a follow-up video to this one breaking down and analyzing the rest of the Season 4 promos that Entertainment Weekly has released, but that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I'd appreciate a like on the video if you've enjoyed anything I've said today, or even subscribe for more Walking Dead Season 8 content in the near future, along with Fear the Walking Dead Season 4 when it comes out. If you'd like to take an extra step in helping support my videos, consider checking out my Patreon, where there's a bunch of different rewards involving the channel, such as a chance to directly influence the videos being produced. It isn't necessary by any means, but it could really help in the long run. But as always, I thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.